Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. I want us to remain with the former president Uhuru Kenyatta for a while. The former president is a man who is loved and hated on equal measures. There are those people who believe that under the Uhuru regime, Kenya was doing economically better than where we are under Ruto regime. And even if you look at the East African community, some people believe that in terms of social and economic respect, Kenya stood high compared to the other East African countries. But then of recent you've seen people like Samia Suluhu, mocking Kenya that we are speaking a lot of English in darkness. Yoweri Museveni has left our oil market because of bureaucracy. And the other day when Yoweri Museveni refused to attend our Jamhuri Day celebration, decided not to send even the second in command, the vice president, declined to send even the third in command, the prime minister. He decided to send a distant, deputy prime minister. But the message was very clear that we have a lot of dalliance with the international community, and we need to stay away from this kind of mentality that we have to get aid from these people. And so people believe that under Uhuru Kenyatta, we enjoyed a kind of bilateral and multilateral relationship that William Ruto has lost. William Ruto has gone into loggerheads with Sudan, with Congo, when Murkomen spoke, very negatively about the Rwandese government, Paul Kagame, calling him an autocrat. Economically, even the taxes were not as high as they are today. So Uhuru Kenyatta, there are those people who believe that he was a good president. But the Kenya Kwanza apologists are saying that Uhuru is the one who mismanaged our economy. There's been a lot of allegations that money was stolen and they was stashed in some boxes. They ran away with it and all these kind of things. But the biggest discussion, which is a burden on Uhuru's shoulder, is the weak president narrative that was created by William Samoei Ruto. At some point during the campaigns, William Ruto was caught telling the Kikuyu Council of Elders that in 2017, when Maraga nullified their elections, Uhuru wanted to quit. And William Ruto was saying that I almost slapped him because how was it going to abandon our victory? There have been the questions of how did Uhuru Kenyatta lose the support of the deep state when he was supporting Raila Amolo Odinga? And some people are saying that during their tenure, especially in the first, when they took over power from in 2017, that it was William Ruto who was running the government. And so the burden of a weak man is something that is still on his shoulder. Even after the elections, the government of the day went after his CSs, people like Fredo King Matiang'i. And the worst was to send goons to burn his Northland farm and carry sheep, and to an extent of intimidating his mother and intimidating his son. So ladies and gentlemen, there are some people who feel that Uhuru Kenyatta was a weak president and is still very weak. In this video, I want us to look at ways in which Uhuru Kenyatta is trying to demystify that narrative that he was a weak president, that he is a weak former commander-in-chief. Kindly subscribe to our channel if you're watching for the first time and click the notification bell. Kindly give this video a thumbs up and share our videos. Ladies and gentlemen, when Uhuru Kenyatta flew outside the country and went to the United Kingdom, it was against the backdrop of intimidation from the son, when the government sent some DCI in quotes in foreign Subaru vehicles to go and you know, they said he was in possession of illegal firearms, and they had withdrawn security from the mother. So people are saying he went to hide, and some people are saying that you need to fight like a man. As an immediate former commander-in-chief, you should not allow the government of the day to intimidate you. But some people felt for the safety of the family, then it was good to no run away. But now he has come back, and I've got 3 things that he has done that makes me feel that he's trying to demystify that notion that he is weak. You see, when he came back, there was this constitutional, you know, aspect that they were saying that Uhuru Kenyatta should not engage in politics. If he does, then they will not give him his retirement benefits. And there was that intimidation that if he continues to engage in politics, then they will open up an inquiry into how he used the Kenyan taxpayers' money, into how the extent of state capture. And people felt that by coming back, he was going to coil his tail. There was even a bit when Rigathi Gachagua said that he wanted to unite with Uhuru Kenyatta around Mount Kenya. So when the first thing he did to show them that it was not going to be business as usual was to announce in Machakos, when they were with Kalonzo Musyoka, that he is in Azimio to stay. In fact, he mentioned that he was not afraid of saying it, and this really shocked the government that Uhuru could say that. And that was the first warning shot. And he came back to show the government that liwe liwalo, alishaamua haogopi tena. So that shows that Uhuru Kenyatta is trying to show them that he's not afraid. Number 2, you've seen photos of Uhuru Kenyatta meeting Meg Whitman, the United States ambassador to Kenya, and also meeting the UK High Commissioner to Kenya. They met him within a period of one week after coming back and after making those announcements. And it's believed that they were trying to cajole him to embrace the presidency of William Samoei Ruto. You see, ever since Uhuru Kenyatta handed over power peacefully, according to the constitution, it said he's never congratulated William Ruto. In fact, instead, he has said that even though he handed over power, his president, or rather his man, is still Raila Amolo Odinga. And with that, Ruto suffers a kind of legitimacy that they want to be complete. That's why even Rigathi was saying that they need to get together, unite. That is why William Ruto praised him for the first time when he was in Kisumu, when he was launching the MV Uhuru, and Ruto said that the initiative that the former president and the military took was very beneficial and was very commendable. But Uhuru has refused, because after meeting the diplomats, he was still adamant. In fact, from there, he became even more adamant than how he even came in. So by rejecting the push by the international community to work with this government, it shows he's telling them it is not going to be business as usual. And so ladies and gentlemen, Uhuru is on a mission, and he has decided. If you thought, I remember when he was in Karen, when he went there, when the son was being intimidated, he told news reporters there that the fact that I'm quiet does not mean that I'm weak. I'm ready to find to defend my family. So the move, you see, by rejecting Meg Whitman and all this, ni kama ameamua kabisa. Then the third one, these people also wanted him to embrace the NADCO report, the National Dialogue Committee's report. But Uhuru Kenyatta said that he does not support it. You've seen news going on that he was even trying to persuade Raila to reject this report. Now, contrary to what people, many people would have thought, it is Raila who embraced this NADCO and said that it was a step towards many other things. And Raila felt that it was good to have that ceasefire and to start talking about reforms. But Uhuru Kenyatta has categorically said it does not. And when you see through the other mouthpieces, they don't like it. Eugene Wamalwa, who is a very close ally of William Samoei Ruto, in fact, Eugene is in Azimio. DAP is in Azimio as a creation of Uhuru's, it is Uhuru's hand. DAP could be an extended hand of Jubilee. It was meant to pacify the Western guys who did not want Jubilee, did not want to contest with Azimio. So when you see Eugene rejecting Naduko, it is Uhuru Kenyatta. And you've heard those reports. So for Uhuru Kenyatta to reject a report that was forced by the international community, the diplomats, US and UK, being funded and supported by resources, with resources by these Western powers, it tells you Uhuru is trying to show William Ruto and all these people that I'm not going to be intimidated. Remember, at the height of succession politics, the question that people have been asking, how did Uhuru lose the support of the deep state? If you ask me, I still believe that even if he had the deep state, there was another deeper deep state, that one of Meg Whitman, and that is why Meg pitched a camp at Bomas, so that there's nothing he could do. You see, Uhuru was also handed power by these very people in 2017, and that's why they shook hands with the Raila Amolo Odinga. So it was very simple. It was just told, the same way we gave you, stay out of your succession politics, now to achie. And then there was nothing he could do. But by coming up and now rejecting them, he has decided, he's showing them that I am not a pushover and I'm not going to accept it. Number 4, ladies and gentlemen, Uhuru Kenyatta is fighting for his party, the Jubilee Party. You see, part of the weakness, people had argued that there's no way he was going to allow William Ruto to take members of his parliament. People like Sabina Chege and Kanini Kega, people who are serving in parliament courtesy of his mercy because they were nominated. Sabina Chege was nominated by Jubilee, and Kanini Kega was also fronted by Jubilee to be nominated into the East African Legislative Assembly. But they have ganged up now. They want to take over Uhuru's power, something that is unimaginable. Try that, or try to take UDA from William Ruto and see what will happen, or try to take ODM from Raila Amolo Odinga, or just go and try as if you want to take Wiper from Kalonzo Musyoka. It was unimaginable. But now Uhuru has come back and is fighting for his party. If you see people like Murathe, people like Jeremiah Kioni, people like Pauline Njoroge, they have unleashed their anger and their wrath, and they're telling people, this is our party, come home, no one will take it from us. That is how to fight for your rights and fight for, because in politics things are not given out. And by coming out, and you see he has unleashed his people and is fighting for his space, he's fighting for his party, he's ready for everything and is not going to let go. And that's what I'm saying, that he's there to demystify this weak president kind of thing. He wants people to know that he's never weak. The last one, ladies and gentlemen, William Ruto hosted Uhuru Kenyatta in his own backyard. In 2002, Uhuru Kenyatta was never wanted. He was rejected by his own people. In fact, it has taken the intervention of time. I now agree that time is a healer of everything. Ruto rejected him in public, and Ruto was telling him, hawezi nitisha, wachana na mimi, wewe unaweza support huyo, Raila wako, but wachana na mimi and all that. And he took all the members of parliament, painted Mount Kenya yellow. But now if you look at Uhuru Kenyatta after coming back from the UK, he's fighting for his space in Mount Kenya. The other day he went to inspect that dam, and they were only the two of them with the wife. And if you've seen him, the other day he also donated 1 million Kenya shillings to those elderly when that pastor called him, and they were very happy. Today, yesterday, he made some impromptu visits to some Mount Kenya orphanages and with some early Christmas gift. And this tells you that the maneuvers is to ensure that he takes over as the new Mount Kenya kingpin. He wants to kick out William Ruto because he has realized that it was because of his weakness that William Ruto penetrated that area, and now he has confronted them. If you see the way he's doing it away from Raila Amolo Odinga, because he does not want people to feel ya kwamba anakwamilia koti ya Raila. He's doing it on his own. In fact, he has left them aside. He has rejected the calls to join the government, the calls to have a handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta, with William Ruto, the calls to have a handshake with Rigathi Gachagua. Why? He does not want this government. They continue to blame him for all our problems, economic and social, as I always said. And so, Uhuru is untamed. He has decided there comes a time when a man must fight. And according to Uhuru Kenyatta, that time is now. I don't know what you think, but if you ask me, these are maneuvers to demystify this very notion, the burden on his shoulder that is a weak president. I want to see the result. The only time will tell whether his moves will bear fruit. The good thing for him is that people are suffering. Mount Kenya has just realized that they were duped and they might just come home. I don't know what you think. Who do you think has got the higher affinity for oxygen? Oxygen here means now the Mount Kenya voters. Will Ruto still maintain, or Uhuru Kenyatta will be oxidated, will take that oxygen from them? Who do you think has got higher powers? Share with me in the comment, please, on the comment section.